Welcome now to the most exciting part of this course, of course, launching your campaign. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about before you launch your campaign is actually mapping your marketing campaign. So this is really important because if you don't map your campaign, a lot of the time you won't know what you're doing and you're going to go into your campaign blind and unprepared. So you want to make sure that you have a strategy in mind and you have a goal in mind. So that takes us to the first, 3 steps of mapping your campaign and how to plan for it. So what are your first steps? You want to find out, of course, what are your goals? You want to find out who's your target market, and you want to know how best to reach your target market. So let's talk a little bit about my campaign and what I'm going to do today and what I'm going to show you how to do. And you can probably apply this, of course, to all kinds of different industries and products. So my campaign, what I'm teaching you today is I want to spread the word of my Udemy course, this one that you're actually taking a part of. Now, I'm going to send an email out and I want to teach my friends and my colleagues and my contacts about data-driven marketing and how it can improve your campaign success. So how am I going to do that? So the first part is to figure out my goal. So I've set myself the goal that I want 100 of my friends to have a look at my course and to click through and possibly decide whether they want to buy it and learn about data-driven marketing. Now, using the reverse equation, which we learned about a couple of sections ago, you start from your sales goal and you work your way backwards with some historical data. Now, I know my conversion rate from leads to sales goals is around 25% with my friends and colleagues. So that means I'll probably need about 400 leads because a quarter of those leads will turn into sales. And that means that if my lead conversion rate is on average about 10%, let's say 10% are interested in that specific topic, I'll probably need to reach about 4,000 of those people basically. So my target market reach is 4,000. My sales goal at the end is 100. Now, the reason I highlighted these are the really, really important factors. You want to know where you're starting from and where you're finishing. The stuff in between, your conversion rates, your leads, that's going to be affected by a lot of what you actually do in terms of preparation and design of the actual campaign. So now I'll go to the next part, knowing your target market. So I know personally my target market for this course is yourself actually. Whether you're a marketing student, a marketing manager or coordinator, or business owners. These are the people that will have interest in marketing and data-driven marketing. Now, since I've worked in the marketing community for a very, very long time, most of my contacts and colleagues are within this industry. So hopefully they'll find this very, very interesting. And that means they'll get a really good conversion rate on my leads and a really good interest for sales. Now, lastly, reach. Really, really important part of the marketing campaign. You need to know what your reach is. We worked it out to be 4,000. So we basically need to know what type of campaign is best going to reach this target market and how are we going to get 4,000 of that reach. Now I've decided to use email marketing from my experience. That's probably one of the easiest ways to hit such a large target and also an audience that knows about you and possibly has a brand relationship with you, and that you can use and leverage in order to promote this new product. But don't take my word for it actually. Email marketing is really, really effective. Research shows that about 4.3 billion is the amount of emails that we're going to have by the end of the year of 2016. And not only that, it's actually 40 times more effective than social media like Facebook, Twitter for customer acquisition. So that means that it's much, much easier to get trust and build that relationship and get that sale. And of course, on average, the return on investment is actually for each dollar spent email marketing, you're most likely going to get on average $38 back. So that return on investment is really, really high. So if you know your target market, if you have a good database of friends, contacts, or customers that use your product, emails is a great way to boost your sales, to upsell, to cross-sell, all of that. But if email isn't for you, marketing technology, the landscape is enormous now. There's so many different ways and methods of promoting your products, developing marketing campaigns that you can use. Whether it be, Google Ads or Facebook or Twitter, email, etc. There's a lot of technological stuff. There's a lot of old school stuff, like direct stuff. So, I mean, have a look at this infographic. I'll leave the link for you guys to have a look at. It's a great tool to sort of understand what exactly is out there. But it's always important to take a step back and use something that's going to be useful for you and your product. Find almost a niche of what you need to do and what marketing works for you, and ace that niche. Be the best at it. Make sure your product sells well, make sure you got your messaging right, and make sure you've developed that type of marketing tool to its utmost usefulness.